you're gonna think I'm super weird. But I have actually done this, but I will do a lot for like probably very little money. Hey everybody. I know it's been a minute since I made a video, but I wanted to make one. It's a little bit different today. And yeah, so one of my other interests is how to kind of like make money. Normally my videos are all about reselling thrift hauls, what sold, and all that. Or how to source, research videos. I like those a lot, but I also like just how to make more money in general. And I've only maybe done 1 or 2 of those kind of videos, or like, how-to videos, but I stumbled across a Reddit thread the other day, and as I was reading it, I was like, oh, this would be so much fun to kind of like go through a lot of these and to, give people ideas, because I know there's a lot of people struggling out there with money issues, and like just maybe spark some ideas on what can be done to kind of like fill in blanks. And none of this stuff is going to make you a millionaire, but it's just great ways to do, a 20 here or a few bucks here, whatever. I have done a lot of these, so I was going down the list. I'm like, yep, done that, checking off boxes. So I thought it'd be fun to, just in case you guys have not heard of some of these, and some of them I've not done, so I can't vouch for every single thing, but I thought it would be fun. Another thing, okay, I do have a mic on. I'm hoping that the sound improves because of it. I'm hoping I'm doing it correctly, because this is the first time I'm working with. I've actually had these mics for a little while now, and I don't know why for my last video I forgot I even had it. So I'm using it. I hope I'm using it correctly. I'm hoping the sound is picking up. Otherwise, then we will try to figure out something else. Yeah, so let's go down the list. And also, I'm going to put the link to the Reddit thread if you just want to read it yourself, because I found it pretty interesting. Okay, so first thing we're going to go over is clinical trials. And the person that said that they did these clinical trials, they said that they would go to clinicaltrials.gov, and they would just kind of like do these experiments. I'm guessing, I think it was a experiment for eczema, and they would actually like do a biopsy every once in a while. But I have also done like clinical trials, and I never had to do anything like that. Basically, I had to give blood, and I got, I think they were finding out how much cholesterol I had or something, or if I was in danger of having cholesterol problems. And in the end, that might be like scary to find out, especially when you weren't planning, you're just trying to make, an extra 20 bucks. But I did do that, and I came out clear. So, hopefully I never have cholesterol. It was like a weird gene that you might have or something. Anyway, so yeah, that was kind of interesting that other people do that. And I think it was only thing is, the one that I did was a digital gift card. They're not just like, here's your cash money. Also, I will insert a clip that this reminds me of from Dirty Work, where things kind of go badly for the protagonist. So I'll show you that.
Are you sure this is such a good idea?
Hell yeah, it's $50 for eating brownies.
They are safe, but there is a chance of some side effects, including mild itching, nausea, chills, hallucinations, and rashes.
These are good. These are good. Hey, I think I feel a slight itch. No, maybe not. Could be my imagination.
Also, okay, this is one of my favorite, and I recently got like $150 from 2 different settlements. One was, I think, Facebook, and one, I don't even know. A lot of these companies, they're losing track of your data, or they're like leaking your data, and a lot of times I guess someone will sue them, and so there's a class action against them, and so you can join the class action. I didn't look out for, I didn't find either of these. I didn't like go out searching for either of them. they came in my email. And so every time I see like a class action in my email, I know that I have been affected by that, because otherwise how would they find me? So I fill it out. Usually I can, or when I apply for it, usually I'm accepted and I make some money out of it. And it does take some time. It is not like instant money, but it's extra money that you wouldn't have expected. And that's what we're kind of talking about. Like money that's not expected, or things you can do for just like a little bit here and there. Yeah, just like for fun money, you know? Some people call it beer money, but you know. Oh, and also I use that money for doing like my like pop-ups. Like I have to pay for, you know, getting into the pop-up itself. And so that was like just free money. The next one, you might kind of laugh at this one, but okay, I'm one of those people, I will like walk a mile for, you know, $5, maybe less, depending on how I feel that day. I love finding money on the ground. I will pick up a penny, ask my husband, I will risk traffic for a penny, you know. I mean, of course, I like when it's more. I like when it's, you know, dimes, quarters, and all that. Especially since pennies are discontinued. I mean, I've heard all these places like, I don't know, grocery stores, McDonald's, I don't think is giving you back pennies. I think if you use cash, they're kind of like rounding it up rather than down, because, you know, why would we help you? And so, yeah, I pick up everything. And since June, I've kind of estimated, this is not even change I've picked up. This is paper dollars. Now, this is going kind of in a downtown area. I don't live in I live in Baton Rouge. It's not the biggest city, but it is a city. And I walk downtown all the time because that's where I, you know, live in the vicinity. And I just walk down there, and since June, I've picked up around $75 paper money, like cash. Like, I don't know, especially when I think people, there are a lot of them around bars, and people can maybe get a little bit drunk and they start dropping dollars. I think that's what's kind of happening. But other people do that too, and so other people have mentioned that in the discussion, and so I'm like, oh my god, I'm not. Sorry if I hit that mic. I'm not alone. Okay, another thing that I just wouldn't, I mean, you should always do nice things for people, regardless of who they are or what you shouldn't expect to get things out of people. But people were saying, like a lot of people were saying that they went out of their way to help people, or they, you know, helped an old lady across the road or something, or they helped someone do something. They helped, specific example, they helped Japanese people do something because they knew a little bit of Japanese. And so they would get tips. And so just like helping people, like finding out what people need, maybe like you might get, you know, a few dollars here and there. It's a little minor thing, but you know, just being on the lookout for doing stuff like that. Twitch streaming. Now this is something I know of it, but I've never like tried it. This is something I've always had in the back of my mind. Like I would like to do it. I don't know if I'd be any good at it. But yeah, Twitch streaming. This person was like, I have made a little bit of money. Like it's not a ton of money, but I just wanted to get online and start playing video games and start talking to people. And I got monetized, and now I'm kind of making a little bit of money here and there. I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool. So just an idea, if you like playing video games, I mean, I know if you're already playing video games, it's probably crossed your mind, like, could I do something like that? Also, like, I don't like to play all the cool games. I like to play like the weird games no one wants to play, like Thief Simulator. Nobody cares about that. This is another really interesting one that I wouldn't have thought of, worm farming. And these people like raise worms, and they said that they made like $100 last month, just like selling worms from their worm farm. And I know that even in an apartment, you can raise worms, you can like have worms in raise worms in a container, I guess. Usually people, I think, do that outside. I would be afraid that that would attract pests. Like, I don't want roaches and all that stuff. And I know people use it to, like, do compost. You know, they put their old food in it and stuff. That's what they eat. But I just don't want other things, or even like rats being attracted to something like that. So that's not for me. But that's just like an interesting idea that like I wouldn't have heard of.
What are you singing about?
We're singing about worms.
What's the big deal about worms? Tell 'em, worm woman.
Hi, Julian. We're talking about worms because they're so valuable to the entire natural world.
So something that I have done on occasion when it comes up, it doesn't usually, and I will do this for like free food as well, but like prizes from surveys, occasionally you will get like a few bucks here and there. You might get a gift card from a survey, and I heard somebody saying that they got like a little gift card or something. So I think what it is you know that thing that you get a receipt and it's like you fill out the survey and you can win our prize for the month, you know, win a year's worth of food. This person actually won that, and they won like a bunch of like a thing for a baby store, and so they just bought a bunch of baby things and donated it, but you can do whatever you want with it. So I have never actually like took the time. I thought about it before, but I've never actually taken the time to like fill out those surveys, and because I'm like, does anyone really win these things? I don't know. But maybe I'll just start trying them one day, and it's probably not quick results, but like it would be interesting to see if someone actually really does win those things. Unclaimed funds. I think this is one that like most people know by now, but I search my name every once in a while. Probably too often, like at least like once a month to see if anything pops up. But I have searched my name, and I had like an IRS refund one time from the state. I don't know why I didn't get it at the time, but it was like $100, and it had just been like going around. And then I got the check, but it went to the wrong address. And so it got put back in Unclaimed, and then like once it was back in Unclaimed, I filled it out again, and then it finally came to me and I cashed it. But yes, always be checking unclaimed funds because you never know what you have out there. I know like I have a deceased uncle actually that I always see his name in unclaimed funds, and I'm like, it's kind of unfortunate, like, you know, nobody can like just cash that out, you know, like not even his family, I don't think. It's weird. Okay, so this is a very weird one. And you're gonna think I'm super weird, but I have actually done this, but I've never got like won anything off of it. People find scratch off tickets that have already been scratched like on the ground and such, and they pick them up, and somebody was like, I won there was $20 on one of them. And like, I occasionally do that, but I never find anything, and then so I just kind of like, I think I just kind of gave up on that. I think it does happen. So let me know if you've ever done that and you found one with some actual money on it, because usually I find the ones that are like $1 and you could see pretty easily like that you haven't won. They don't even scratch off most of them. And I'm like, what if there's an unscratched portion that they just kind of missed? I don't know. It could be possible. This is something that I'm also not successful at. Maybe one day. A YouTube channel. So this person says like one time they decided to they have a garden in their backyard, and they decided to make a YouTube video based off of their garden. And they started making money off of that. And I'm like, wow, that would be really cool. I too have a YouTube. And I have made over maybe as many as 150 now, and I've never made a single dime. I'm like, that'd be awesome if I could actually make money. I think it's the consistency problem for me though. I mean, it couldn't be like my shining personality, right? A lot of these people that do make money off of YouTube, they push out, you know, 2 or 3 videos a week, or at least 1 video a week. I am lucky if I can push out once a month. But on the other hand, I have heard people that are like, I put out just a few videos and I got monetized so easily, like after a month. And I'm like, oh my God, like I put out 1 million videos. So, if you know what I'm doing wrong, if it's just the consistency or like, people just don't like me, please let me know what you think. Because, yeah, I mean, I just love making videos because I love making videos, but on the other hand, it's like, well, okay, so when you're watching YouTube and you're watching my videos, even though I'm not monetized, you still see commercials. I didn't mind being not being monetized because you weren't seeing commercials during my videos, but now you are, regardless. So why shouldn't I be compensated for that if everybody else is? Or most people are, whatever. I will move on from that rant. An Etsy shop. Okay, so I do have an Etsy shop, but I kind of just, not abandoned, but I haven't been paying much attention to it lately. But people are saying like, I just started one. I don't know what they're selling. I don't know if they're selling crafts or like vintage. I sell vintage on Etsy. I love Etsy because if you put something out there, like people will usually like not negotiate with you. They'll pay for the whole thing and they don't mind paying higher prices. That's what's great. But Etsy sales tend to be slower, but you do need to kind of like, put time into it. And I put most of my time into eBay. So yeah, anything extra I have that might qualify for Etsy, I try to throw it on there, but it just doesn't get done a lot of times. So yeah, an Etsy shop, maybe you'd be really good at that. It doesn't hurt to try and it's like an algorithm. You just got to put work into it. Just like YouTube, Natalie. Okay, so Upwork is one that I don't know anything much about. I think you're like a freelancer. I don't know what this person did for Upwork, but they made money here and there. I don't know if they're programming, I don't know if they're voice acting, I don't know what they're doing, but that might be something to look into. I think I have looked into it, but I don't have like skills, a lot of like different skills that I could really, I don't know, maybe I do and I just like I don't know it yet. I don't know what I could do in Upwork that would make money. That's what you've got to kind of do some work into. Smart investing, learn how to invest. This person said that their dad got some money from this person who wanted to give them money. And so the dad took some of the money and invested it, and later on they were able to buy a car. So if you know how to invest a little bit, I'm always trying to learn how to invest. So sometimes just a little bit of money here and there, go on Robinhood and put some money into VTI, those kind of things, and you can try to make a little bit of money. Okay, the last thing I have on this list is small grants if you're an academic. Like if you're an academic person and you're teaching at a university, you can write grants and sometimes you can just make a little bit of money here and there. I don't know how that works, but it's just an idea. I'm sure if you're an academic, you already probably know about these things, but just putting it out there. But it's maybe one of those ways of just kind of like, maybe you already know about it, but it's just like encouraging to hear someone say it, and maybe that's what I'm doing here. So runners up, there's a couple things on here that I think we all know about, like yard sales. It's a very obvious one, and the person that said that they like to do yard sales for a little bit of money, they tend to do yard sales when a lot of people in their neighborhood is having them. I so wish I could do that. My neighborhood, years past, way before COVID, they had 2 years in a row where they had like a neighborhood garage sale. And after that, they just stopped doing it. And I would find like the best stuff. And one year actually like sold stuff at it, and like I remember doing okay. But we just don't do that anymore. So that's a shame. And another thing to make some extra money is a high yield savings account. So if you have several $1,000s, or not even that, I mean, less than that, you can make $25 extra, 50, 100, depending on how much money you have. Even $5 extra is better than nothing. And what that does is kind of adds, like if you're already saving $100 out of your paychecks every month, that extra $50 is added to your suits, kind of like instead of $100, you're saving $125, $150. So it's really neat to kind of see how much that's adding to your savings. But anyway, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some ideas. And let me know if you think some of these are dumb, or if you're just like, oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, just wanted to try and post that because I think all of that is interesting. I just wanted to kind of focus on like small little things that you can do to get money here and there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.